I am God Apophis. Okay. Bought a new watch today. You see that? See how sparkly it is? It's very, yeah, it's a Grand Seiko. It's called a Snowflake. Grand Seiko Snowflake. It's their... It's probably the watch that defines Grand Seiko, really, as a watch brand. It's central to sort of, you know, it's the... I mean, that's the thing, you know, you look at, you know, different brands, they have a range of watches, and, you know, there's usually that one watch that defines their style more than anything else, and that's the watch, basically. Yeah, well, it's very, you know, I got it, I went and picked this up today. It's a Japanese watch. It's, yeah, you know, I watched all these reviews, I looked at all these videos of what it's like, and, well, seeing it in person and wearing it in person is a different experience, really, but, you know, a very nice watch. It was a bit smaller than I imagined, and it's nice and lightweight as well. It's a titanium bracelet, so yeah, it's yeah, it's nice and lightweight. It's about 100 grams, whereas my Omega watch, that's about, well, I don't know, it's probably like 170 grams or something like that. Anyway, it's got a spring drive movement in there. It's an automatic spring drive mechanical watch. It's got it uses it uses a quartz crystal. So it's what it does is you wind it mechanically, and obviously it winds automatically with the weight that's in the case, and yeah, it creates some sort of electromagnetic regulator. It basically creates a current, to just enough current to it regulates part of the watch, so it has a very, very smooth sweep. If you can see the second hand, can you see the second hand? It's a very, very smooth sweeping hand. It doesn't tick really, it's not like tick tock tick tock, it's just a very smooth turning. So it's a very unique kind of watch. Anyway, it cost a lot of money. It was like 5,800 quid. So I got 5,600 quid there, and I got 5,800 quid there, which totals to, how much is that? 11,400, which is 11/4 it represents my birthday, you see. So I was born on the 14th of November, 114, 11, 14. Yeah, anyway, whatever, right? I've had a drink of absinthe. Yeah, I didn't think, yeah, it's disgusting stuff. Since I made that video of me drinking absinthe, this is the first absinthe I've drunk. fucking nasty. Might have another one actually, just for the hell of it. Yeah, you know, there's a story about in Bristol, you know, there's this guy, this black guy who was pictured, and it's about, you know, apparently him and some other guy had 2 heavy suitcases, and they had bodies in dead, chopped up bodies in the bags, right? And people were saying to him like, "Oh yeah," it's like, "Wow, those suitcases look really heavy. So you must have a dead body in there or something." And you know, yeah. So, but this is the thing, right? I know what this is. It's all magic. This thing I've got. Well, this is the thing. I drive a Jaguar F-Type R. I posted some videos of me driving my car the other day. Yeah, I know what it's about. You know, I've got when I bought that car, I was given suitcases free with that car. I was given them as a gift by the dealership. So I've got Jaguar F-Type R suitcases that I've never used. But that's the thing, I mean, if you have a Jaguar F-Type R suitcase, well, that's a very, you know, does that mean that there's a Jaguar F-Type R inside the suitcase? In other words, it'd be a very, very heavy suitcase. This is the thing, right? Witchcraft has been done against me. You know this world, right? You know, people like to call cars by a female name. Yeah, they'll call it, you know, I don't know, whatever female name. Do you know what I mean? Like Jessica or Rachel or I don't know. Take your pick, right? But you know, this is the thing. I was born out of a woman called Fee, right? And so it's witchcraft being used against me. Yeah. It's a real shitty thing. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Still can't believe Joe Biden. He called Zelensky Putin. You fucking believe it? And he called Kamala Harris. He called her Vice President Donald Trump. Like, what the fuck? So how is that guy still? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's going on? Do you not think it's strange? Like, the guy who's basically he's got the most powerful job in the entire world, and he's old. You know, he's got dementia. You know, he's totally lost the plot. And I'm God. And I'm here, and I'm getting older by the day. You know, I feel, you know, like, well, you know, if I don't change my habits soon, well, I don't feel very well. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel very good. And I hate this world so much for treating me like shit. I really do. I don't really see any future with this world, really. I would like to either people recognize me for who I am, or, you know, like, I'd rather just go. I'm tired of waiting, to be quite honest, but it is what it is, isn't it? As always, you know. People, you know, that's the thing. You know, that's the thing about the truth. You have to accept what the truth is, you know, you just, whatever it is, you know. But people don't like to accept the truth. They like to be, you know, they like to tell themselves a bunch of lies, believe in all sorts of shit. Is it any wonder that most people disagree with each other and argue with each other, and, you know, yeah. is what it is. And of course everyone would say that I'm the one who's delusional. Well, of course they would. Yeah, because they would never want to believe that I am the main character. They wouldn't want to believe that I'm God. They just wouldn't. Most people wouldn't. But anyway, this is a Swiss watch. When I bought this watch, there was flooding in Switzerland. Yeah. I wonder if... Well, this is a Japanese watch. I don't know what's going to happen in Japan. Yeah, it's really interesting. That's got my... it's got my initials on there. GS. My name's Grant Salvin. Grant Salvin. You know, when you have, you know, like when people, they have, you know, I'm not much of a salad eater, right? You might, but yeah, I'm not much of a salad eater. And I really, one thing I don't really like on salad is vinaigrette. Yeah, I find most vinaigrette, I can't stand it. It's like, ugh. I like you know, a very high quality balsamic vinegar. I'll be honest, I like that. But most vinaigrettes, ooh, ugh. Anyway, but that's the thing, right? Sal, lad, and vinaigrette. You know, Salvin. It's got my, you know, it's my name again. You know, where Grand Seiko make their watches, there's a mountain, or yeah, there's like a big mountain or something like next to where their factory is, and it's called, or it's like, it's a range of mountains, and it's called Hotaka. Hotaka or Hotaka. When I went to boarding school, I was in a house with a Japanese guy. Probably one of the very first Japanese guys I ever knew. Actually, he probably was the first Japanese guy I ever knew. And his name is Taka. Taka. Or Takaki. You know, it's interesting. He's from that place in Japan. I don't know, was it Fukuoka or something like that? It's the place where ramen noodles come from, right? It's the place that's the most famous for ramen noodles. Yeah, ramen noodles. Yeah, that piece of shit. He never liked me. He's a piece of garbage. You know, it's really strange. Like, he lives in Scotland now. It's really fucking bizarre. So you went back to Japan. You know, you went to Thailand. You went all kinds of places, right? According to Facebook, what I saw on Facebook. Now he lives in Japan. Like what? He doesn't live in Japan. He lives in Scotland. He lives in like Edinburgh or something. Or I don't know. It's like he's got some weird fascination with Scotland for some reason. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I grew up with a weird fascination for Japan. You know? I mean, I was always, you know, I always like Street Fighter game. You know, I was like playing the game Street Fighter and Tekken and stuff. And I basically became, you know, slowly, you know what I mean? I just became more and more sort of, well, I suppose, you know, it's the same with a lot of people, right? They became, yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever, right? Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, do you like my new watch? Yeah. It doesn't have any, it doesn't have any lume in it. So it doesn't glow at night or anything like that. I have to say though, it looks really sparkly. You know, it's all the indices, they're all really, really shiny. And this one's got, it's got lume. That's a diver's watch. I don't know what you'd call that really. It's sort of like it's sort of like yeah, sort of like a cross between a sports watch and it's like a cross between a sports watch and a dress watch. Yeah. Anyway, I'm liking it. Whew, the absinthe really does, yeah, work. Well, certainly, yeah. Thing is, I usually record my videos early in the morning as well. You know, this is like late at night. Yeah, this is, well, what's the time? What's the time? It is 23 minutes past 1. Yeah. Yeah, it's 23 minutes past 1. That's right. So, you know, it's really disturbing, all the shit that's going on right now. So, you know, it's really funny. So, Labour, obviously, they won the election. And I said, well, I didn't say, I said, I talked to I got spirits with me, you know. But I said, it's only going to be a week. It's only going to be a week before Labour is, showing to be a complete disaster or something. You know what I mean? After 1 week, it's going to be like, whoa. You know, it's really interesting. Like, so obviously, I bought my Omega watch, right? And one of the things that a lot of people do with Omega watches is they put NATO straps on them. So they're nylon straps. And they're called, what are they called? G10. I think they're called G. So like you had the different versions of the NATO straps, and I think the most common one is called a G10 strap. I remember that because G represents the number 7, and obviously 10 is 10. And then obviously it's all about magic. I know what it's about. You got the 7 heads, 10 horns, the first beast of Revelation. Yeah, that's why I remember it. But anyway, Keir Starmer, he's gone to, I had no idea he was going to end up doing, going to a NATO thing and doing his speech and all this stuff. I had no idea. But it's like that all the time, like Grant buys himself a grand Seiko watch and, England's going to the grand finals, of the Euros and whatever. It's how it always goes. It's always the world. We're always, it's like, we're always running in parallel to one another. And I'm just, the world's just constantly trying to, it's like walking along a pavement and you're looking in a shop, and like the shop windows are like reflective, and you can see your reflection in the shop windows. It's like yeah. The world is just constantly just following me, reflecting me all the time, and it is how it is. Like the world's gonna pay a huge fucking price for that shit, mimicking me, pretending they're me when they're not me. Yeah, I'm not having fun. But what does it matter? Eternity is eternity. The world wants to play this dumb game. Yeah, that's the thing, I mean, you think about How many, you know, you look at like a, you know, like a criminal, you know, who thinks he's got it good, you know, he's like some, you know, they want to fly high. They don't care who they hurt. They don't care all the bad shit they do. And they think they've got it great until they don't, you know, and then it's off to prison or, you know, death row or whatever it is, right? Well, you know, that's what the world's doing. And I'm the one, you know, I'm the victim and I'm the judge as well. Yeah. The victim, judge, jury, and executioner all in one. Yeah. Anyway, I think I might have a bit more absinthe. Should I have a bit more? Yeah, go on. Have a little bit more. Try not to start a house fire. Yeah, that's just enough. Seriously. I mean, it's 68%. I mean, and it tastes fucking awful as well. That bowl's gonna last me a long time, I tell you. Now, I'm not putting any sugar in there or anything, just a bit of water. Give it a little spin. Ooh. Yeah. You can tell I'm a bit tired. Yeah, it's one thing I've found really. But you know, that's the thing, right? Sleepy Joe Biden. Yeah, that's what they all call him, don't they? They call him Sleepy Joe Biden. You know, he's the most powerful, you know. Well, that's the thing. You know, it's an attack on me as well because, isn't it? Well, it is, isn't it? It is an attack on me in a way because, you know, he's supposed to be the most powerful guy in the world. And so I'm having to, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, Sleepy Grant. Yeah, Sleepy Grant. Oh, I hate this world so much. When the fuck is this gonna end? Huh? When are people going to snap out of it? Well, you know, how much crazy stuff has to happen before people actually change? How much bad stuff would have to happen? I mean, you know, look at it. You know, that was the global pandemic. Did that change anybody? Did anybody, you know, who started praying to God? You know, who you know, who did, you know? There was probably someone. Maybe there's, you know, some people, maybe. But how many? How many really? You know, what did it change, really? What does it change? The fact is, you know, it was just more witchcraft. Corona means crown. You know, the first horse of the book of Revelation, right? The first horseman, right? He's like rides a white horse and he's given a crown. Yeah, you know, how many people got coronavirus, you know, or coronavirus vaccine, you know, it's witchcraft, is what it is. I really didn't want to get, I really didn't want to get one, but I did actually get one. I got one vaccine, and I was supposed to go back for another one, but I never did. I just Can't be bothered. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Well, that's the thing. Like, I better even go outside anyway. Like, what's the fucking point? It's like, I ain't fucking going anywhere. I just sit at home all the time anyway. What difference does it make? Nothing. Yeah, I mean, that fucking... It's well... Anyway, you know, whatever, right? Whatever. If they'd been handing out lethal injections, I probably would have taken it. So yeah, go on then. Might as well. Fucking had enough of this shit. You know, nice easy way out. Oh no. No. Well, we'll see how it goes. But at least, you know, I got some nice watches to look at for a while. While I'm waiting for the world to, you know, snap out of it, I can just sit here and look at my fancy watch. Be like, yeah, it's a lot of time. Yeah, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. So, oh, I got another watch coming soon. Got a G-Shock watch. It's quite nice. It's I can't remember what the model number is. Anyway, I'll do a video. I'll show it later on. It'll be like another. It should be about a week's time or something. But yeah. Oh, I've been watching all these videos about all these dirty women, you know, and all these guys, you know, like people in their relationships, and you know, I mean, relationships are just awful. Do you know what I mean? Like people sleep. I mean, look at that woman. And that, you know, the prison officer woman or police officer, whatever she was, right, or is or was, I don't know. You know, she was videoed having sex with one of the inmates, right? And she's supposed to be a married woman with kids, and she's now doing videos on YouTube, like trying to clear her name. It's like, you don't know my side of the story. I mean, the thing is, you know, I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, yeah. I mean, like, you could have like murdered 10 people, and yeah, we still wouldn't know your side of the story. It doesn't make you innocent. It doesn't make you any less a freaking whore. You know what I mean? It's you know, well, that's the thing. You know, people try to use any excuses to, you know, tell people to shut up and say, you don't know my side of the story. Blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. It's a heap of shit. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny just looking at all these people and looking at all their shit relationships, you know, and how evil people are. And you know, I just see turds. All I see is turds. You know, turd. You know, turds with turds and turds with turds, and turds cheating on turds. You know. Shit, you know, just pieces of shit. Just yeah, a bunch of people who are pieces of shit. Essentially, that's all they amount to, is shit and garbage. They literally, you know, that's the thing. Like, how would you expect God to look at people like the average American person or British person? You know, what would God think of them? You know, like, what would you expect? Like, what real value are they? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, why would God want them in heaven? Like, why would, you know what I mean? Like, what do they add? What do they? Nothing. In fact, you know, what they do is, well, the only purpose they serve is destruction, and that's it. You know, it's they're always on a downwards downward slope, just going. And they're just waiting to. You know, yeah, they're not going anywhere good. It's pathetic that people have become so avoidant of the truth. You know, they don't want to know the truth. They don't care about the truth. All they want to do is shag and money and sex and party and friends and status, and that's it. You know, material shit. Yeah, that's all they want. That's all they care about. You know, they don't care about anything else. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about reality. They just care about, you know, you know, people just, they all just want to do the same shitty things together. You know, they're all fake people doing fake shit all the time, acting like whores or whoremongers, you know, whatever. That's it. That's all they do. That's all they amount to. And they're just greedy, selfish, shitty people who pretend, you know, they'll make friends with people, yeah. But what does it really, you know, where does it lead? You know, give it 5 years, give it 10 years, give it 20 years, give it 30 years. Where does it go? You know what I mean? What does it all lead to? Narcissistic, evil people. And I have no reason to like them at all. None at all. Yeah, I see a world that's done nothing for me except steal from me and hate me and corner me and try to cheat me out of what belongs to me. Yeah, I have to say, I really won't let people, you know, I'm not planning to let people off the hook. I'm not doing that. Nope. No chance. No chance. Anyway, this was a quick video just to say I got a new watch. So I think from now on I'm going to be wearing 2 watches. Or, yeah. I mean, because I've got, you know, I've got a bunch of different watches. I went so many years without ever wearing a watch. It's quite strange, really, because when I was a little kid, I sort of you know, I really liked watches when I was a little kid. I started you know, I wanted to collect them. And then I sort of stopped wearing them and just totally forgot about them. Yeah, I asked the guy at the shop, at the shop at Goldsmiths. I said to him, you know, how hard is it to get a Rolex? And it sounds like, well, you know, some Rolexes you have to wait, you know, 6 months, 10 months, 12 months, and some of them you have to wait for like 6 years. It's like, well, I ain't fucking waiting 6 years for a Rolex. I might be dead in 6 years. You never know. But yeah, I might get a Rolex. I might not. Am I that bothered? Whatever, man. This Grand Seiko is very nice. It's lightweight. I think the one thing that is a little bit annoying is getting the fit. Ow. Ooh. Yeah, it's getting a good fit So mine's a little bit on the loose side. See, the thing about this diver's watch is it's got micro adjustments in the clasp, so it's very easy to adjust it on the fly. But this one, it's it's just a regular clasp. So I had a choice of having it tighter than I want it, or have it looser than. But I think looser is better, to be quite honest. And I can put a different strap on there. I can put a leather strap or a NATO strap or something. Whatever, right? I definitely want to get a watch with a NATO strap, but yeah, the Omega NATO straps, they cost like 170 quid, 200 quid for a nylon strap. It's very expensive. So yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that. I'm not in any rush. Yeah. So yeah, so this is the thing, Labour are in power now, they're Keir Starmer, he's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and he's talking about releasing prisoners early. Someone was there was a quote. Someone was saying about like 20,000 prisoners. So they're thinking about people who've served 40% of their sentences and just letting them go. It's a very interesting situation, isn't it? Why is he so keen, do you think, to create so many spaces in the prisons? That's the thing, right? Like, maybe in 6 months from now, maybe in a month from now, maybe in 2 or 3 months from now, or maybe a year from now, who are the people going to be getting imprisoned? Like, think about that. Like, who is it he really what's the plan? Who's he trying to imprison? Maybe he wants to imprison Brexiteers. Or or, do you know what I mean? Like, who knows? Maybe, what's the plan? What's the Labourite plan? Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? They let out a bunch of criminals who will commit crimes. So most of the criminals will be men, obviously, because most of the prisoners are men. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But this is the thing, this is what they do. They plan shit ahead of time. They know what they're fucking doing. They just put on an act and pretend like they don't know what they're doing. They pretend like they're trying to do something else. Do you know what I mean? They want you to look over here while they fucking, whack you over the head with a fucking club. You never see it coming. And then, people wake up dazed and confused and they don't know what the fuck happened. They're like, what the fuck? They still don't know what the fuck happened. It's like, people have amnesia. They don't fucking, they got the memory of the fucking goldfish. It's so shit. Trying to, what's the point? Most people need to become homeless, I think. I think most people need to become, horribly poor, to be quite honest. That's my opinion. I think that's the thing. Most people haven't suffered. That's the thing. People, when they really, really suffer, that's when they really start to ask questions. Because most people, they're not that bothered. As long as they've got mates they can hang out with, people they can go down the pub with, people they can have sex with, people they can party with, they usually aren't that bothered. But you take all that away from them, and they've got nothing left to do except be faced with the truth. Then everything changes, they're faced with, they have to deal with what, there's nothing else, they just have, that's the thing. There's going to be a point, there's going to be a time when people are confronted with the truth and they cannot escape the truth. And a lot of people will, and that's the thing, why do people delude themselves? Why do people choose to delude themselves? They'd rather tell themselves a lie so they can be happy, so they can I mean, you could say this, people could say the same thing about me. You could say, why do you think you're God then? What's the thing? Like, if I didn't believe I was God, well, I'd be going to do something else. I'd probably be going down to church every Sunday. I'd be trying to do something else. Or I would have, gone by now. I'd be gone. Wouldn't even be here. Yeah. I'm just tired. More than anything, I'm just tired of being in this world. I'm tired of people and their nonsense. More than anything else. And yeah, I want, I'm confronted with who I am. There's no escape from it. It's like I know who I am. Even though everyone denies it and no one would agree with me. How many times have I said to myself, I must be insane. I must have lost the plot. Like, what the fuck am I doing? But, and I've done that, I don't know, 20 times, 30 times. At least. I used to do it every, for ages. I used to do it every freaking day. Every day I would just be like, come on, like, how is this, how can this be real? How can this be the situation? Like, what the fuck? How can I be good? How does that make sense? And I'm looking at the world and I'm thinking, well, why does the world reflect me so bad? I mean, for a while I thought to myself, well, the demons are after me, I thought, yeah, the demons really, really are on my case. Like, they really want to come after me. Maybe this is like some evil eye stuff, or I don't know. I felt cursed. It's not that I'm cursed, it's because everyone's attacking me. I've got so many, I've got demons, and the world hates me, and I'm God. And, people don't want to deal with me. Would anyone be surprised about that? I mean, look at the world. Look how evil it is. How many are worshipping false idols for a start? What percentage of the planet's population are doing that? What percentage of the planet are putting God first? What percentage? And then, who is it that, you know, those people who might be putting God first, who are they actually worshipping? Which God are they worshipping? You know, is it me? You know, is it, you know, who is it that they're worshipping? Because I think for most of them, they're worshipping somebody else. They ain't worshipping me. They don't like me. They don't want nothing to do with me. Strangely, they just seem to be, they look like they worship somebody. Who that is, they, you know, they call, you know, that's the thing, you know. There are lots of people who worship false gods. They're not real gods. They're fake. All they are demons that wish they were God. Yeah, as you can tell, I didn't script this video. Yeah. It doesn't really matter. I mean, think how many videos I've done that nobody has watched. You know, might as well try something else, huh? Whatever, right? Yeah. I'm tired. Bitch. Anyways, I got my watch. Yeah, my last video, I called it, I Am the Crossbow. I'm God. I'm the most cheated on man. You know, I've been cheated on by more than anybody else. You know, like, I'm God. I created everything. I created everybody. Nobody would exist if it weren't for me. And it would seem almost every single person, you know, hates me. Everybody. And, you know, it's taken its toll on me. You know, like, I've had alcohol problems, smoking problems, I've had anxiety, you know, like, I've not, everyone's judged me unfairly and attacked me or abused me or cheated me somehow. And it's been a very unfair life. It's been a very unfair life. Even though I'm, you know, I'm a fair-haired person, right? You know what I mean? I'm fair skin, fair hair. Yeah, it's always a fair life. Oh no. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting, isn't it? Have I lived a fair life, or have I lived an unfair life? Yeah. It's the power of, yeah. It's the Tower of Babel. Shit. That's all it ever is. It's twisting words to attack me. And this is the thing, you know. How many times have I tried to explain? If you went back and if you watched all 80 of my videos, you know, I watched how many? This would be my I think this would be my 87th video actually on my YouTube channel. And that's the thing. Like, who's watched any of my videos really? You know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could act like a clown. You know, I could act like a clown. You know, maybe I could do some clown shit. You know, maybe I'll get more views. What a fucking load of crap. I mean, look at, what's that guy? I Show Speed. Like, what the fuck? That guy's... The fact that people worship him, they want to, like... They want to get their pictures taken with him, and, they want to worship him. For what? For good... What the fuck? He's acting like a dog, right? So, well, dog is the opposite of God. Yeah? D-O-G, G-O-D, yeah? What did I tell you about anal sex magic? Or anal magic, that's what it is. It's not just anal sex magic, it's anal magic, or anus magic. It's the star. Because, well, there's only one part of your body that looks like a star. That people would say looks like a star. It's shaped like a star or something like that, right? Yeah. That's what it is. That's where all this evil magic is. Well, it's a magic thing. It's a magic war that's going on, and that's what it revolves around. People will think that sounds absolutely insane, but actually it's true. People want to write it off as ridiculous. But you have to remember, like, God created everything, including everyone's arseholes. Yeah. He designed everything with a purpose. I designed everything with a purpose, okay? It doesn't matter what I say to people, because they'll always write it off as insanity. They'll always write it off as me being... It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I do, what I say. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really bored of sitting here. I'm really bored of making videos for no one to watch. I might as well just go on holiday. I might as well just go have some fun. Go lie on nice beaches, or whatever, right? Somewhere I can, put my feet up next to a fireplace or whatever. Go see nice places, eat nice food, drink nice alcohol, whatever. Maybe I'll start skydiving. I always wanted to try skydiving, actually. Well, I planned on doing it once. I thought, I'd like to try that one day. Never got around to it. But yeah, there's lots of things I could do in my life apart from sitting here trying to think, how can I fix the world? What's the fucking point? It's strange though, isn't it? Like, the world will never leave me alone. That's the thing. When I was, I got to a point in my life where I didn't want anything to do with women. I literally was trying to stay the fuck away from women. I made I looked so scruffy. Like, the scruffier, but it's strange, because the scruffier I looked, the more, that's the thing. Like, when I wanted nothing to do with women, they seemed to just harass me and wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. It's weird, that. It's weird, yeah. That's the thing, Yeah, that's the thing, if I stopped doing this and I started going and doing something else, strange shit will start happening. Yeah, it always does. It's how it always works for me. It doesn't really matter where I go, it doesn't matter what I do, there's always going to be drama and bullshit and nonsense. I mean, people would describe my life as hell. You know, if they knew what my life was really like, they would describe it as hell. Luckily, I won't have to experience this for an eternity, unlike some people. You know, when people say, hey God, why are you sending us to hell, man? And he'd be like, well, you know, like, that's what you did to me, bitch, asshole. I'm not gonna have any legs to stand. You know, I'm not gonna be able to. You know, I'm not gonna be able to argue their way out of that shit. It's like, no, that's what you did to me. You know, and you wouldn't stop. So you know, you made your own bed, sleep in it. You know. I mean, imagine that. Like, imagine, you know, so you're created by God, and then you try to murder God, and then you realize one day that was a big mistake, and that God's gonna murder you. And then you're like, God, why are you trying to murder? You know, it doesn't. It's a stupid argument. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, how would you even be able to argue from that position? You couldn't argue from that position. You'd be like, yeah, you know, you better just accept that you fucking deserve it. You know, like, God's sending you to hell. Like, you know, God's done with you. Like, God doesn't want anything to do with you. Like, God's telling you to fuck off, go away, die. God doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. You know, like, how is that so hard to understand? How is that hard to understand? I mean, that would seem to be logical, right? Like, if you try to murder God, and then you find out that, you know, actually that was a big mistake, and that, you know, you'll just get back what you deserve. You know, you know, what argument? You know, what you left with? Nothing. What a stupid world. Obsessive. Body parts and shagging and money and material possessions and what people think of them, you know. That's all they care about. And where does it lead, you know? It leads nowhere. You know, people just get old and wrinkly and fat and smelly and dead. And then that's it, burn in hell. What the fuck? Is that all people can aspire to, really? It's like, wow, great. Congratulations, asshole. Unbelievable. Is there any more? Ooh, there is. Yeah, I don't think I want to drink any more of that stuff. It's fucking awful. Did I still have another one? Alright, go on then. Last one. I think it's bedtime soon. Ooh, that's quite a strong one. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's quite a lot. That is quite a lot, actually. It is 68%. And there's not much water left either. Whoa, shit. Alright, look. That's a nice little... You know, it's strange in Omega, they have a range of watches. They're called Deville. You know, it's spelled DEVILLE. It's two words, you know, Deville. Deville. You know, like French, or it sounds French, doesn't it? And it's like, I mean, you know, it's like when I was there, you know, when I bought my Omega watch, the guy was like, yeah, well, maybe you'd be interested in our Deville range. Well, that's the thing, right? It's you know, it just says devil. The devil watches. Would you like a devil watch, sir? You sure you wouldn't like a devil watch? Oh, flipping heck. That's nasty. Yeah, that was quite strong. Oh, that's fucking horrid. I might go back to drinking whiskey. I like whiskey. I can drink that shit every day. Very easily. Yeah, I used to drink that. I would literally have several. Some days I'd be having several Irish coffees. I mean, I was literally just a cup of coffee, and I just have a nice bit of whiskey in there, you know. I even, for a bit, my uncle-in-law, he got this bottle of pineapple rum, and it's 60%. And I was putting that. Was it 60%? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was 60%. I was putting that in my fucking coffee. That shit was strong. But it didn't, at least it tasted nice. Ugh. Yuck. Anyway. What more can I say, really? What day is it? Oh, it's Friday. Well, it's Saturday morning. Yep. Yep. 2:10 in the morning. Or is it 2:09? Hang on. What's going on here? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's 2:10. It's just, you know, how the minute hands, they... It's just, you know, obviously, they're different. You know, these are different types of watches, you know. Yeah. I mean, this is a spring drive. And this is an automatic mechanical watch, right? This runs 6 seconds fast. So every day, it's running 6 seconds fast. Whereas this, it's rated to plus or minus 15 seconds a month. And it's because it's got that quartz crystal in there. It regulates the speed. Yeah, I mean, this one's definitely a lot heavier on the wrist. I can really feel it. And this, I mean, it's nice having a heavier watch, you know what I mean? Like, you really notice it's there. It feels nice and chunky, and, you know, but this is nice and lightweight. You know, I can appreciate both watches, you know, like, you know, maybe one day I want a night, you know, like, yeah, it's nice to have a little selection of watches, you know. But yeah, I can't spend too much money on watches. Like, well, yeah, I mean, I've got to have, well, depends how rich I get, you know. Maybe if I become a multi-millionaire or a billionaire soon, then I'll just buy all the watches, you know what I mean? But whatever. I mean, the reason I bought these is because I'm God, you know. I am the Alpha and the Omega. GS, you know. Those are my initials, you know. That's my name, Grant Salvin. You know, how many people have called me a psycho, do you think, in my life? A lot of people have called me a psycho. Yeah, Grand Psycho. There you go. Suits me, doesn't it? Now, I was trying to figure out earlier, I was like, oh, can you turn the hands back on the clock? I mean, you can, obviously. But, people used to think, like, with mechanical watches, especially, with older watches, turning the hands back, a lot of people think, well, and it depends on the watch. If it's like a complex watch with lots of different stuff happening on it, if you start turning, every watch is different, right? But a lot of people, to be safe, what they do is and with some watches, you're only supposed to turn the hands forward. You shouldn't really be turning it backwards because you might break it. But it really depends on the watches. It really depends on the watch, and it's interesting. You think how many people they buy, luxury watches. They'll buy like a Rolex or something, and then they'll just stick it in a cupboard for 10 years. And then, they'll take it out and they'll fucking wind it up and it'll fucking just like disintegrate. Because, that's the thing. People do that. They'll buy a watch, an expensive watch, and they'll never wear it because they think, oh, well, they want to treat it like an investment. And then all the oils, all the the lubricants that are in the watch, they'll all like dry up, and so when they wind it, they'll leave it in a cupboard for 10 years, take it out, and they'll wind it up, and it'll start grinding all the gears and stuff, and it will just totally destroy the watch. Apparently that's quite common. Imagine doing that. Fucking hell, what a stupid. Yeah, no, I totally plan on wearing these watches. Like, I think what I'll do is I'll probably wear, I'm probably not going to wear the Omega and the Grand Seiko at the same time. I mean, I will, but I think normally what I'll do, I'll pair it with this watch, my Son of Man watch, my Swatch, because this is really comfortable, and it's like, you're not even, like, I put this on my wrist and it's like I'm not even wearing anything, so I can barely even feel it's there. And it's a payment, I can use this for doing contactless payments. And it's it feels really nice, actually. I like wearing it. So yeah, and I think, instead of having two really fancy watches, it's nice to have something a bit different. I'm probably going to be buying a lot of watches, I think. Yeah. See got my Jaguar keys here. It came with this little Jaguar, look. See the Jaguar? Is that a flying Jaguar? Cool, huh? I need to sort out my car. It's got a few, got the boot won't, yeah, it needs like lubricating and yeah, it needs, yeah, well, my car needs to get clean and it needs a bit of, attention. It's crazy, you know, like spend 100 grand on a car and like barely even drive the thing. Just like forget about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, then when there was a time I was like, oh wow, wouldn't it be so amazing to own a car that's worth 100 grand? And then, you know, buy one and just like forget about it. Because I'm too busy learning about magic and witchcraft and the fact I'm God. And like, I'm trying to like figure out how to sort all these problems out. I'm trying to figure out how to sort out all these problems with the world. And, you know, like I've explained like a million times. You know, I wish I've spent all these years like trying to reach out to people and get people, you know, try to, and you know, like, why do I even waste my time? You know, what's the fucking point? For a bunch of people that don't deserve my attention at all. Yeah, perhaps there are some, but where are they? Ooh. You know, I bought a computer. I built a computer last year. It was about a year ago. A nice computer. I spent 5 grand on it. You know, it's got a GTX 4090 in there. Well, not RTX 4090. You know, it's got, I can't even remember now, fuck. But it's got, shit, what's in there anyway? What is in there? It's got a gigabyte motherboard that costs like 500 quid. It's got, I'm guessing it's got 32 gigabytes of memory. Or is it 64? Shit, I don't know. I think it must be 30, I can't remember. But it's got loads of fans and it's got, you know, it's got a power supply that's like 1300 watts. And I've got MSI, you know, the Dragon power supply. Yeah, it's a really nice computer. Really nice computer. And I built it and it's got a really nice case. It fucking weighs like, it feels like it weighs like 40, you know what I mean? It's like 35, 40 kilos or some shit. Fucking weighs a ton. It's like picking it up and moving it. It's like whoa. And I was a technician guy. I used to fucking deal with heavy computers all the time. That thing fucking weighs a ton. And I haven't even used it for an entire year. I bought myself a Raspberry Pi. Look, the box is all dusty. You know, well, there's the power supply box. And here's the, oh yeah. Well, there's the, yeah. Anyways, I bought a Raspberry Pi. And, you know, all I do is watch YouTube videos. Pretty much. That's pretty much all I do. And it saves electricity. So, not that I need to save any money really, but, you know, I haven't played a computer game in fucking ages. You know, when Street Fighter 6 came out, you know, I played like 400 hours within like the first 2 months or something, and then I just stopped playing. I was playing as Dawson, and I was like the 6th or 7th best Dawson player in the UK, and then I just stopped. I just thought, you know, I got other shit to do. You know, I've got to fucking make videos and try and convince people I'm God. All that kind of stuff, right? And do magic and witchcraft or whatever the fuck, you know. I've got to figure out how to solve these problems. Yeah. Well, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? You know? But it's annoying because, you know, I'm trying to do everything I'm supposed to do. And then I just see a world that just does what it wants to do. And it's really fucking annoying, to be honest. Yeah. Bitch. So what can we talk about? Does my head look greasy? Do you like my haircut? You know what? Like, this what... You know, I remember it must have been like, what, 5 or 6 years ago. I took a picture. I held a camera up here to see how much hair I had back here. I don't know how much hair I've got back here now, but I have to wonder, like, where my crown is. Like, is there any hair? You know, like, well, if there is hair there, but it's obviously, you know, it's thinning. You know, I don't know how much if it's thinned any more than it had done before. But I tell you what, like, I never used to do anything with my hair, and then as soon as I started doing something with my hair, actually, I started having like really nice haircut. And that was back when, you know, just before my life got really, really crazy, you know, with, you know, when I was learning about the Bible and then spirits and demons and stuff, and my hair just fell out. Like, my hair just started falling out like crazy. Like, I went to go get my hair cut one day, and the woman, she puts a comb through my hair, and she fucking, like, just all kinds of fucking hair just came out. I'm like, shit. And I'm sitting there, and there's a fucking picture of Bill Cosby. He's like, you know, and I'm getting my and she's bitch is just fucking combing my head, and all the fucking hair's gone. I mean, I don't give a shit. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't care. I mean, like, I don't like, you know, I want to shave all this shit. You know, I don't want. I'll just shave it all off. You know what I mean? I'll go fucking total egghead. I'm happy with that. Just give me a hat. I'm happy. But I do kind of miss the hair that I had. You know, I'll be honest, like, because. But whatever. Man. Yeah. I mean, I just see a world that's, you know, it's full of dickheads and skanks. You know, like, I'm God. Like, what the fuck do I want to do with these people? You know, what the fuck would I want to do with this world? And then there are people, you know, who aren't, you know, but the fact is like, who likes me? Nobody. Nobody likes me. My breath stinks from smoking like a chimney for years. You know, when years ago, when all this stuff was, when my life started getting really crazy, and I used to trade Bitcoin and stuff, right? Like crazy. Like, I was like a crazy Bitcoin trader who quit his job. Yeah, there was sometimes I didn't brush my teeth for like a week. Yeah, that's how fucking crazy it was. I was like lying on my sofa in my underwear or in my dressing gown. It fucking stank so bad. My sofa fucking stank so fucking bad. And I didn't brush my teeth for like a week. That's how I fucking lived. That was the life I was fucking living. Yeah. That's how bad my life was. That's how crazy I was fucking. That's how hard I was. I'd gone fucking completely mad. Like, I was just so determined to like not fail at trading Bitcoin. I was so determined to stay on top of things. Yeah, I tried so fucking hard. What a crazy fucking life I've lived. And people have no idea. There's no one on this planet who knows my struggle. There's nobody. And nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Not even the people who are supposed to. People who call themselves my family. Bunch of fucking shitheads. That's all they are. Destined for the grave. That's all they are. Nothing more than fertilizer for the soil. And that's about it. And that's all they amount to. Fertilizer. Absolutely. This world is hideous, to say the least. Absolutely, it's like a horror. It's like a horror film. I've been watching horror movies since I was like 7 years old or younger. When I was a little kid, you know, I used to like rent out basket case, and you know, I remember I watched Halloween. You know, Michael Myers. I watched that when I was like 6 or 7 years old on my own. You know, like. Yeah, I watched some hideous shit when I was a kid. Yeah. Yeah. Well. I just find horror movies boring these days. I don't even bother watching them anymore. It's so fucking boring. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know how. As a genre, I totally lost interest in it. I just think it's so incredibly boring. Like, I mean, I don't even watch movies anymore, pretty much. I stopped, you know, I do watch a movie now and again, but I'm so fucking bored of it all. It's just the same crap again and again and again and again and again and again. Or it's just brainwashing garbage shit. And people seem to be entertained, you know, they're always people, you know, the people are always seeking entertainment, aren't they? They always want to be entertained. They always need to be yeah. It's quite interesting. I recorded that video of myself driving my car the other day. And the nighttime video, it's really blurry, so you can't really see much. Yeah, I was driving pretty fast. But you can fucking see it. That's the thing. It's too blurry to fucking see what's on the speedometer. Yeah, it's funny though. Well, you see the lights, you know, you see like car lights and stuff like that, and you hear the engine like, yeah. Anyway, whatever. Like anyone will fucking watch it anyway. I mean, you know, I'm not doing the video because, you know, I want people to think I'm cool and be like, oh wow, look at this guy, he's so fucking cool, man. So I don't give a shit what people think of me. Well, I do, but you know, I want people to know who I am. Whether they like me or not, I don't give a fuck. You know, I just want people to know who I am. I'm God. You know, If people, you know, if I got like 1,000 subscribers of people who fucking hate me, great. Go on then. Let's do it. Please. You know? Great. It's better than having, it's better than, I'm used to being hated. I'm used to being hated. Yeah. Bring it on, bitch. I want exposure. I want exposure. Isn't it interesting? You know, the camera, you know, it has an exposure setting. You know, I'm not some knowledgeable camera guy or photographer or video, you know, I don't know, you know, that's one thing. My dad was a photographer, and my entire life, I've got like almost like no pictures of myself for the last 20 years. In fact, I tend to just delete pictures of myself. I just, yeah, I barely have anything. You know, most people, they tend to just have tons and tons of memories and trips and photographs and albums and stuff. So I've got nothing. Like, basically absolutely nothing. There's no picture that I look at and be like, there's no real photo album anywhere where I look at it and think, wow. You know, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pretty much. I mean, I got used to that a while back. You know, it's kind of weird. But then if you think about it, I mean, you think about it in the past. You know, there was a time when cameras didn't even exist. You know, people didn't have. I mean, the only way that they could have any kind of memory, you know, like, well, they could do drawings and pictures of one another. Yeah, artists. Yeah, paintings and drawings. That's basically what people had back, you know, back a long time ago. But yeah, there was a time when people didn't have that. So that's an interesting thought, that. Yeah. But what does it really matter? Really? What does it really matter? I guess you could say, you know, I'm jealous of, you know, all these people, you know, all their material shit and their sex and lives and all the friends and their status, you know, and all the people that love them, that say they love them, and, you know, worship, you know, and I get none of it. I'm God and I get none of it. Literally, like, and it's like, well, who created you, bunch of shitheads? You know, who created all of this? I'm God, like, and I can't even get a thank you. I can't even get, you know, I can't get anything. Nothing. The world wants to rob me of everything that belongs to me. And then they want to whinge when they burn in hell. What a fucking shitty pile of garbage world this is, huh? I guess you would probably say, well, why did you make it then, God? Well, you know, people have free will. You know, and people were said, look, you got free will, but don't do this because, you know, trying to, you know, like, that's the thing. They just chose that they wanted to be me instead of them. You know, people give them free will when they decide to attack God. They choose to attack me. So why the fuck? Not everybody, but most people, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'll get what I want. I'll get what I deserve, you know? There's no stopping me. You can't stop me. This world cannot stop me being who I am. I just go through this stuff because I have to. Because I choose to. You know, I've put myself in this position. You know, I gave, you know, what did Jesus say? What did I say? You know, turn the other cheek. You know, I've given people a lot of chances. And I've proven it. And, you know, I did it. And people say it never happened. They say, Jesus didn't exist. Or Jesus didn't do that. Or, you know, he was just some crazy guy. Well, look, I'm here again. And I've done it all again. You know, I've spoken. I've explained. Nobody wants to know. You know, there's going to be a day. You know, like today. Today. Yeah. Now. People have to understand that I'm God. And they can go back and watch all my videos and they can hear everything I've said and hear all my explanations. You know, the video evidence is here. It's undeniable. It really is undeniable. The evidence has been provided. How many times have I got to do it? You know, what do I have to do to prove to people who I am and what I'm about? How many people say shit like, well, if God really exists, why doesn't he come down here and show himself to me? Well, maybe, you know, that's the thing. Like, well, Jesus did, you know, like, I'm God, I came down. You know, how many times do you want me to come down? I'm like, you know, I come down here, you don't want to know me. You don't want to know who I am. In fact, you probably want to kill me. Because you're evil. You know, you conspire to kill me. Because I'm God, I'm the light, and you're of the darkness. And my light is your misery. The fact that I exist is, you know, a lot of people don't like the idea that, you know, a lot of people don't like God because they would prefer that they were in charge. They would prefer that they had control. They would prefer that they were God. They don't like thinking that, they don't like to believe that they're the ones who were created. They don't like to believe that God created them and God provided all their blessings and that, you know, God has made requests of them, you know, to behave like good children. And so they hate God. They hate me. They don't want to comply. They would rather go about doing all the things that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah. What more else is, you know, what else can I say? I'm tired of this shit. it's quite a long video. I don't know what I'm going to call this video. No idea. Well, be interesting to see what happens in the news in the future. You know, this week, next month, next year, whatever, you know, like, I don't know. But, you know, well, yeah. It's gonna get crazy. Very, very crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do. To be quite honest, you know, I kind of feel like just going to a nice warm country, putting on my shorts, sandals, t-shirt, enjoying nice weather, drinking beer, sitting on a beach. Yeah, just doing stuff like that, you know. Instead of hanging around this country. You know what Britain means? Like Britain, doesn't it mean like it means rules with God? Yeah, it means like rules with God. It's like, really? You sure about that? Not last time I checked. Well, it's funny because where do I live? Well, I live in Britain. Yeah, you know. Well, it's called you know, you got England. You know, it used to be called what was it? Angland. Angleland. It means angel land. Angel land. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? If you think about it, well, you're saying that angel is land, right? I mean, angel is supposed to be of the spirit, right? You think about it, right? If you're thinking, well, Archangel Michael, yeah, it's one of my names. Yeah. And you have, you know, the story of the dragon. He's been cast to the ground. Yeah. Oh, I'm a smoker. I mean, that's the closest to the dragon you'll ever find. You know what I mean? When was the last time anyone saw a dragon in this world? A real dragon? Have you ever seen a real dragon? You know? This is the, you know, like, if there's any human person in this world who resembles a dragon, it's a smoker. That's the thing about, you know, the Bible, is that people never know, you know, whether to take it literally or if it's metaphorical or whatever, right? They don't know. They don't know. They don't really know how to interpret it. You know, it's a puzzle. Those with eyes to see and ears to hear, well, yeah, we'll see and hear. You know, it's something you have to be interested in learning about. You know, if you're not really interested, if you don't really have any interest in God and you don't have any interest in the truth, then you won't care. And you'll get it wrong. I mean, nobody gets it perfect, but, you know, it's you know, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, well, most people fail miserably, and most people don't even attempt to even pass. I mean, look at this. I bought this. What's this? Look. It's a rainbow moonstone carving of what's supposed to be an angel. I mean, whoever made this was equating, well, that's the thing, you've combined two ideas. An angel, which is supposed to be of the spirit, but this is a rock. This is stone. This is the ground. This is of the world. You know, this has nothing to do with the spirit. You know, it's witchcraft, is what it is. And that's all this world ever tries to do, is trying to pull the spiritual realm and, you know, is trying to fuse the spiritual realm with the earth, essentially. That's all it ever tries to do, is trying to take my power. Is trying to steal what belongs to God. You know, people of the world don't respect God. They don't respect where their blessings come from. They don't care. Talk about, you know, that's the thing, you know, like, you know, everyone knows that saying, you know, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Well, that's all the world fucking does. That's all it does. It bites the hand that feeds them. So that, you know, this has been a long time coming. People are going to be realizing the truth. And it's going to shock the hell out of them. Well, it's going to send them to hell, actually. They're going to hate it so much. They're going to hate it. But they're going to be confronted with the fact that they made those choices, and there's no escape from that. The truth will absolutely haunt them. There's no escape from that. They were warned. They were given the opportunities to avoid it, yet they chose to do the complete opposite. I mean, how obvious it, you know, you look at these people of the world and it's like, you look at how degenerate and evil they are. You know, you look at, you know, what are the fruits of their, you know, what are their fruits? You know, judge them by their fruits, you know. Well, they create crap and evil and misery and suffering for their, you know, own personal gain and, you know, indulgence, and, you know, they're just obsessed with pleasure. That so obsessed with pleasure that all it brings is misery, death, and destruction. That's all they ever bring. You know, they cannot. And the sad thing is, you know what I mean? Like, well, the hilarious part of it is that, you know, these people who love all the stuff that they have, you know, well, you know, they want all this stuff for themselves. Well, you know, what do they have? They have no idea what I could have given them. They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea what God could have done for them. They just chose to reject God. You know, those who love me will be rewarded. Yeah, they won't be disappointed. But the people who've proven themselves to be completely worthless, well, yeah, they will be disappointed. And it's gonna, you know, they're gonna wish that they had loved me. They're gonna wish that they had done. But it'll be too late by then. Too late. Anyway, that'll do.